Guys, welcome back to my channel, Jody Lewis Creations. I hope you're all doing well. In today's video, we are going to do the final flip through of Dumbo. And again, this was a commissioned journal, and hopefully the lighting is okay. It's a little weird with the clouds and stuff outside and trying to adjust blinds, and anyway, hopefully that's pretty good and you can see. Of course, we have a design flaw with this, but it's not something that cannot be overcome. It's just something that's got to be treated with care as the journal is handled. It circles back to, I should have extended the cover. I love the wood look though, love it, but there is a design flaw, which you will see, I will share. Which is kind of funny because the journal I made for the sister also had a flaw, so I guess that's just going to be par for the course. Anyway, so this is the book that the mom provided for me, and it is the book that his grandfather read to him as a child. So I don't know what I have and haven't shared in this series because I have filmed things that I haven't posted, and so some of the information may be redundant, some of it may be new information because it's in what I filmed but never shared. So I need to not do that. If I'm going to take the time to create and film, I should share it, but I want to feel like I have value in what I share with you guys. And I do have a sweet friend, and she says I'm too hard on myself. And even if I think it's a terrible video, usually she'll tell me it doesn't sound as bad as I think it does. So I appreciate that kind feedback. So moving on. Okay, Dumbo. This particular book is from, does this say 1972? So this is a 1972 version. So on the spine I did share, hopefully you guys can see this. It's kind of a tall book and I'm a little close. Okay, so the spine is buttons and gears and charms to indicate all of his interests. Well, not all of them, but Harry Potter and Kingdom of Hearts, I guess, is a game he plays. Alice with the suits of the deck of cards. Chloe, hi. Hang on. You can't be up here right now. Are you going to be out of the way? As you can see, she's still up here, but I don't know what she's doing. Anyway, zoom back out just a little bit. Okay, so on the inside here on the cover, this was the fix that we did with the paint stir sticks, which is the design flaw. And you'll see what I mean in just a minute. Okay, I'm going to have to take her down. I think she's chasing the sun because the sun is on the corner of the table up here. Oh my goodness. I've never, like I said in a previous video, she never did this in the other room. I don't know. It's a new thing in this room. So hopefully it doesn't bother you, but she's apparently interfering with videos now. Okay, so the design flaw is the paint stick because as we flip, do you see this? It's catching. So we just have to be very, very careful that when we're closing the book, we pick the signatures up and then close it so that way it doesn't damage. So I'm really hoping that that's going to be okay because there's literally nothing I can do about it. Like Mark and I looked at it this morning, and any fixes we came up with were either going to cover Dumbo or just still be something else for it to catch on. So the solution is to just ensure that the signatures are fully upright and the book gets closed like this, then it's fine. So hopefully it's going to be acceptable. Okay, so moving on. This is a belly band, and this is just a folded piece of paper that's in here, some Disney paper. And it's, I don't know what it shouldn't be catching on anything because the fabric is on cardstock. And then I just love this little picture of him in the bathtub. So this is an envelope, and it flips upward. And in the envelope, there's a pocket here, and there's nothing in here. This is room for him to put stuff. And in here, I just have an extra piece of the Harry Potter paper. And again, that's a place for him to put things that he wants to do. There are a lot of blank pages in here, lots of journaling space. So if mom and sister want to add notes, add photos, whatever, there's a lot of room for them to do that. Over here in this pocket, I have an Alice card. This is an Artie Mays digital. And then this is some Halloween scrap. It's from a Halloween paper pad from Michael's that I've had for a few years. So I just thought the moons and stuff were fitting with the kind of the themes. He likes Halloween, likes the Harry Potter stuff. So on this page, I just is a piece of fabric backed with cardstock and just a little ticket here just as a tab and add some interest to that page. Any of the dyed paper in here is paper that I have dyed, whether it's coffee dyed or RIT dyed, fabric dyed. So we have this envelope that I'm not sure if it was in something I shared or not, but Jack is kind of a little bit bulky on here, but he's so cute. And this just has some family photos in it. And this is an Alice in Wonderland book page that I've just put on here as just an interesting background. And then Jack just kind of hangs out. And I think he's going to be okay there. He wasn't working in the first place that I put him. Throughout the journal, you're going to see these proclamations. I just thought it was a really great way to utilize those as just little pieces of interest here and there throughout the journal. In this bag, there's a piece of paper with Dumbo on it and a family photo. This is a glassine bag, and I used the Stamperia stencil with the Tim Holtz embossing glaze. That is the Scorched Timber, and that was a lot of fun. I definitely want to make some more pieces like this. I really enjoyed doing it, and the results are beautiful. It was just me messing around one morning, and I decided to go ahead and put it in here, although I almost took it out a couple of times, but I think it's fine. Because I think this whole book is like a time machine. It's photos from his past, his family's childhood, memorabilia, so I think it's appropriate. This page is, he went to a concert with his Aunt Stella and his sister to see Lone Star. I don't know when, but I just typed out some names of some of their songs and put them on here and did a little bit of background stamping for interest. And this is second and third generation stamping. First generation was too much. So if you don't know what that means I got the ink on my stamp, stamped it off on a book page, and then stamped on here to get the lesser inky prints. So over here I have the book page. What did I do with it? Here it is. So you can see like how bold those colors are as the first generation stamping. So using second and third, it really lessened the color. Okay, and here is some Harry Potter stationery. And then this is a piece of fabric on cardstock. Over here is, this is from, I knew I was gonna forget, My White Cat Journal. This is leftover digital that I had printed from the steampunk journal I made a couple years ago. Steam into Future, My White Cat Journal. Anyway, that's a really great digital if you're into steampunk stuff. And then this is, my friend has this stamp set, so she made me a couple of these images. So I said, if I use these, will you please make me some more? First of all, I have them, but they worked really well in here. This was me just using the flap of the, where I had to hinge all the papers, and so this flap I left. And again, we have the proclamation, a photo, and a piece of the Michael's Halloween cardstock. And here we just have a cute little skeleton piece that could be used as a bookmark or something. And again, lots of journaling space and spaces to add his own photos. This I talked about in the last video. And we have another proclamation here, a little sheet of miniature Harry Potter stickers. My friend had those. She sent them to me for this journal. They're so cute. And then this is an Artie Mays digital from the Gothic Glam add-on that I had in my stash that I just thought worked in that pocket. And again, left lots of room to add things. So these are intentionally left blank spots, okay? This has all four houses here. This side I had to trim down a little for it to work. I scored, made a little flip, and in this pocket we just have Ravenclaw and Slytherin little tags in there, just to add a little bit of interest to that little piece there. more of that Michael's paper and another digital. In this pocket we have, so I was going to replicate the page I did in the Pokey Little Puppy for his sister's house. However, I was looking at it, and it's a pretty feminine piece. So I decided that I was not going to replicate it like I had intended to, just to try to cut down. I didn't want any kind of feminine pieces in here because it is for him. So, excuse me. So this is what I came up with. And then we went over this in a video. Excuse me. And in here we have a seed packet that I turned into a tag, a guest check that I had dyed with this, and a piece of scrapbook paper. So one thing I do want to include is an envelope, maybe with some more book corners, some more like 4.5 by 6.5 photo mats if he wants to mat photos or make notes or add notes into pockets. I want to make sure that there's plenty of pieces included with this. It's not something I have prepped yet, but as I'm cleaning up my desk, I'm going to create an envelope, and I'm going to include an envelope with stuff like that in here. I know I did that for excuse me, the sister's journal, and whether or not she used any of that, I don't know, but I definitely want to include it, so it's an option. This is the picture, this is a big envelope up here. It's just a piece of cardstock with a pull tab for note taking and to indicate that that's a pocket. This photo is interchangeable. This is not. So the label up here is glued down, but this photo is interchangeable. So again, if he says, hey, I have this new favorite picture, I can change it out, even though I did match the paper to his shirt, which I think is super cute, but that's just me. How many times have I said super cute so far? Hopefully that's the only time. I'm trying to stop saying that. This is another fabric tag on cardstock. And this was just a cutoff that I just used as a belly band. And then here's another one of those images. I love that stamp. So I've got to see if I need to send her dictionary pages with those words so she can remake them for me, or if she has them, but I love those images. Halloween's not really my jam, but I think I'm going to make a Halloween journal to use up some stuff. But anyway, I digress. Okay, so this was Grandma and Grandpa Simmons' trip. This is a bird nest. I had to ask Mom, I'm like, what is this? And it was a bird nest. So I put the little bird here with a string to kind of simulate he's in a tree with a nest. And then the scarecrow here. I love this. This is the Tim Holtz stamp set that came out in the fall. And then more paper. This is just a piece of paper that I left in here for more journaling, or you can use it for something if he wants. A key sticker that is like, I don't know if it was Paper Studio on it or what, but anyway. And then this little, I don't typically do this. You guys have probably never seen me do this. I put an eyelet in the page and made this little dangle. And I'm not sure that that's something that I'm going to do again, to be honest. I think that's the most girly thing that I've done in here. Cheshire Cat tuck with a little piece of chipboard decoration here. The Stamperia pack of Afro the Alice kit. Let's see, I need to put a bookmark here and fix that. My parchment paper was coming up. I don't know why it's doing that. I had just fussy cut Ravenclaw out of the fabric on the cardstock, and then that's just down as decoration. It's not a pocket. This we did together on, well, it's in one of the videos. So this flips open, this flips out, lots of space to write, lots of tags and cards in here. And then this is the third place I've put this little tag. Sorry about that, Mark walked up. Okay, this is like a side tuck here. This is just decoration. And in this pocket, this is where the Quidditch player was. I just put a tag in there so it would indicate, or a journaling card, to indicate that that is a pocket. In here we have a dyed alterations tag. Oh, that's supposed to be in the fall stuff. I gotta switch that out. So let me put another Okay, Bernice, so if you're watching, I said in the fall stuff, there's the red. So this is what you're going to see come up in the fall stuff. But I wasn't using the red in this journal, so I'll pick one out that doesn't have that on there. But this is another Artie Mays. I think that was like the Alice add-on kit. And then his graduation pictures, and I just backed them all with red because our school colors are red. So this is just a piece of cardstock in there for like a journaling card. A couple of family photos, and I did posing corner pockets, which I don't typically do, but I thought it looked kind of cool on that page. All of his band photos will be in these next couple of spreads. So I got my dictionary and got French horn out, and then some music, musical instrument, musically, and just put those definitions on that page. I thought it was just a nice touch. The trumpet, because he played both, but this is not a trumpet, I don't think. I don't know what that is, so I don't know. I couldn't figure out what it was. But I'm not really familiar with musical instruments either. Okay, another piece of cardstock out of the Michaels pad. This was a Victoria Designs freebie, and this is out of the Gothic Glam Artie Mays kit. This is the kitty cat page. I don't know if I think this was in one of the ones that I filmed and didn't share, I think. So this is just a big tag, and then Tori Rose was the cat he had as a child, and so I just made this where he could, you know, see the pictures, and then he could write about the kitty if he wanted to. This is just like a little ticket booklet for journaling space here. In this pocket, we have another piece of fabric on cardstock and another just cut off of that, which this is very reminiscent of Alice. And so I just think it looks, you know, it's perfect for the Alice tone to this, but I like the colors with the fabric. I thought it looked nice. This little dude is really funny. Now, my one friend will tell you, I was like, I cannot get this piece to stop curling because I heat embossed it with, it's got like 3 layers of the heavy embossing, clear embossing, and it kept curling. Well, and I would try to flatten it and it would crack. It would shatter like glass. So I kept heating it. Well, yesterday I heated it and let it stick to the cardboard so that it would cool down and be flat. So then when I pulled it off, it actually has a little bit of cardboard on the back of it, which is fine. It stayed flat. So I glued it down and I put 2 punches on it and 2 books on it and let it sit to make sure that the glue was good and dry for it to stay flat. So it's not a tuck, it's just a decorative piece. This is again part of the Artie Mays kit. And then just a scrap piece of paper in here, photo. I just like his little face peeking out over that. I think it's so cute. Oh, I said it again. All right, and then the rest of these are left blank. So, a couple things I caught with the flip through, which typically I do catch things as I'm doing flip throughs, and that's fine. I don't mind it because it's just kind of a lesson like, hey, go back through and check it out before you say it's done. I took the linen ribbon off, which I love that linen ribbon, but it was just not working. So I took a necklace apart and just took some of the chain and clasp off. So that's going to hook on here, just with the lobster clasp. And what I like about that is it allows it to spring a little bit, but it's going to allow for some space for him to add his own stuff, or, you know, mom to add whatever she wants to it before she gives it to him, whatever. So anyway, that's Dumbo. I hope that you have enjoyed it. I know the filming has been kind of different, and I haven't really taught a whole lot with it. But it's been good for my brain just to kind of get in and work on this and get it done. So I'm really happy with it. And, you know, I can be very critical of myself and very hard on myself because I do strive for perfection. I think we all do. I mean, well, some people don't. Some people are like willy-nilly, they don't care. That's not me. I really want to put out a perfect product, especially when someone's commissioned me to make a piece. And I know she appreciates my work, and I'm very, very grateful that she does, because not everybody understands the journals or what they're for. And I am super grateful that she does and that she loves them. And it was very, very sweet how excited she and her daughter were gathering stuff together for this journal. It really brought a lot of joy to my heart, and I'm really excited for her to see it. And but I think, honestly, if I'm being completely honest, every single project I make has a flaw. But I think by nature, that is part of the handmade process. It's part of the creative process. You get an idea, you implement it, and then sometimes it works great and sometimes it doesn't. And sometimes you have to have a workaround with whatever the flaw is. So this flaw is not detrimental to the project. It's just going to be a care and handling aspect, which I think it will be handled well. I'm not worried about it as long as I can communicate it well. So having said that, thank you so much for joining me. On the last video, I asked a series of questions at the end of it. So if you could please go back and answer those for me, I would really appreciate it for moving forward. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this project. I hope in some way it has inspired you to try something different, something new, but certainly I want you to allow yourself grace for errors that happen in your creative process. So thank you so much for spending your time with me. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you guys in the next project. Bye.